smaller, it looks like, as we go out back. Maybe that or I need better glasses. We've got number 109 in your catalog. It's a cross-stitch daffodil block from Ann Jorgensen, a United Lutheran at Hampton. This is all hand done. It's 99 by 80. Look at this beautiful quilt. 99 by 80, hand done. Beautiful quilt. How about a $500 bill? Let's pop a balloon. $500 to go. Number one, 5 high. Number one, would you give me $200 started? $200 here. Number one, 2. Number one, 200. Would you get that $100 bill to go? Number one, 1. Give it on 100 now, 100 and a quarter. I'm at 100 with Lars now. 125. Number one, 125. Would you get 125? I'm at $100 here now, 125. Look at this quilt. 125 and a 150 now. 175. 175. Lars, you got two bidders. 175. You got to be 175. My 175 and now 200. 200 and on the 2 and now 2 and a quarter. Now 2 and a half in the second row. 2 and a half and 275 with the gentleman now. $300 on him on the 3 and now 3 and a quarter. And now 3 and a half. Help them out, folks. 3 and a half high. Number on the 3 and a half. 3 and a half here. Number on the 3 and a half. Number on the 3 and a half. Thank you, ma'am. I'm at 3 and a quarter now. And 3 and a half. Number on the 3 and a half. Would anybody else like in? 325 is on the aisle. 350. Sold. 325 in the red jacket. Number 96. 96. Give him a round of applause. Good job. We've got 110 in your catalog. It's a half square triangle from Dave Spittler from Concordia Lutheran at Sarasota, Florida. Machine done. It's 64 by 46. It's pieced, and it's coming right up here on the stage where they'll show you everything. Red shirt right on the aisle. I'm not going to mention that his boots don't match his skirt too up here. All right. All right, what do we say to go? Would you give me a $7 to go here? $50 started. $50, would you go to 50? $50 here. Somebody start me at 25 on this quilt. 25 and now $30. Number on the 30. 30. Number on the $30. Number on the 30 now. 40 now. 50. 50. Number on the $50 now. And 60. $60 now. 7 again. Number on the $70. Number on the 70. Thank you. 60's on the aisle now. And $70. Number on the 70. 70. Number on the 70. One more time. $70. Number on the 70. At $70 here, one more time. Number one, the $70. Number one, the 70. Would you go to 70? $70 here. Number one, the 70. 70 now. 80. $80 here. Number one, 80. 80. Number one, $80. Number one, 80. My 70's way over here with Ethan, and now $80. Number one, 80. Everybody else is out. 70's way to here to the left. $80 anywhere. 80. Sold. $70. 29. 29. All right. How'd you get your age for your number today, ma'am? That's pretty good planning right there. Scrappy Strips is next. Number 111 in your catalog from David Spittler at Concordia Lutheran at Sarasota, Florida. It's machine done. It's 54 by 56, almost a square. Here you go, Trevor. Number 111. Nice colors here. And a $50 bill. $50 to go. Number on the 50, 50, number on the $50, number on the 50. Would look at it. They show you all the sides. Would you give me 25, 25, and now 30. 25's with Lars out there, and now $30. Number on the 30, now 40, now 50. $50 now 60 way in the back. 60 way in the back. Number on the 60, 50, 60 in the middle. $60 down here. Number on the 60. Would you go again? Number on either one of you. You're both out. My 50, 60, and now 70. 70 now and 80. Ethan, $80 now 90, 90. Number on the 90. Would you go 90 now? $100. Number on the 100, 100. Number on the 100. Would you give 100 now? 110. 110, would you get a 110, 10, number one, 110, would you get 110 and 120? 120 here, number one, 120, 20, give it one, 120. He said yes, 120, give it one, 120, would you get a 120? And now 130. 130, would you get a 130, 30, 130, thank you. 120's with Ethan, and now 130, give it one, 130, give it one, 120, 130. Sold 120 to my left. Number 29, 29. Number 75, raise your hand, and that was way in the back at the picnic table, to the left of the big tree, down your aisle to your left, look left, behind the tree, circle around the Swanson Center 3 times, and then come back. You'll find him. Yes, we haven't sold anything over here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We've got 112 in your catalog from it's called Jelly Basket Quilt from Clara Spittler, Sarasota, Florida. It's machine done. It's 69 by 60, and it's pieced. Here you go, Trevor. And look at that one. No night light needed right here, ladies and gentlemen. Would you give me a $50 bill? $50 to go. Number on the 50, 50, number on the $50. Would you give me $50? Hey, started off on this big quilt. I'm at 50 and now 60. They took the challenge. 50 now and $60. Number on the 60. Would you go to $60 anywhere? 60 now. Now 80, and now 90, number on the 90, now $100, number on the 100 way in the back, and 110. 110, would you get a 110, 10, number on the 110, and now 120. 120, would you get a 120? I missed her out there. 120, would you go again at 120? 120, I lost her for some. Oh, she said no. Okay, thank you. 110's here and the 120. I'm going to 120. I'm going to 110, 120. Sold 110. Second row, number 89. 89. Number 113 in the catalog is Nets. It's called Crossroads from Clara Spittler at Sarasota, Florida, Concordia Lutheran. It's machine done. It's 52 by 42, and it's pieced. Coming up here with a nice piece. Showing the back. Showing the front. And would you get a $50 bill to get me going? $50 here. Number on 50, 50, number on 50. Would you give me 25? 25, 25, and 30 now, $40, number on 40 now, 50, 50, number on 50 now, $60, number on 60. Thank you. I'm at 50 in the second row on the aisle now. $60, number on 60. Would you get a $60, number on 60, and now 70. 70 here, 70, 70, 70 now, and 80, and number on 80, 80, number on 80 now, 90. 90 here, number on 90. Would you get a $90, number 90 now, $100 bill, number on 100, 110. 110, thank you. I'm at 100 with Ethan's bidder now. 110, number on 110, 10, number on 110. Would you get a 110? Sold the $100 bill, number 29. 29. They are buying out here, ladies and gentlemen. The next one is called Tulip Treasures from 114 in your catalog. 114, St. Paul's Sewing Circle at St. Paul's Lutheran at Grand Island. This is hand quilted. It's 58 by 48. Whoop. Is this the wrong one? No? Tulip? Yep. Oh, yeah, it is. Yep, that's it. 114 in your catalog. Here we go. All right, would you give me a $50 bill? $50 to go for the tulips. $50 here, number on 50, 50, number on $50, number on 50. Would you go to 50 now and 60? I'm at 50 in the middle. I got you, Ethan, and now $60, number on the 60. Would you go to $60 on the quilt in the air? 50's the money bid, and now $60. You remember going to a great cause, and they want to see these balloons pop. 50 now and 60, 60 and now 70. 70 here, now $80, number on 80. 80, number on 80, now 90, number on 90, now $100, number on 100. I'm at 90 in the middle of the crowd in the premium seating. 90 and now $100, number on 100, number on 100, number on 90, now and 1. Sold $90. Number 3, bidder number 3. That premium seating's even dry. They treated you really well this morning. Next one's called Heavenly Stars. It's number 115. It's from St. Paul's Sewing Circle at St. Paul's Lutheran at Grand Island. It's machine done. It's 65.5 by 65.5. Our first square quilt of the day. It's pieced. Here we go. Number 115. Look at that pretty quilt. And would you give a $100 bill to go? $100 to go. Number on 100. Would you give $100? Would you give me 75 to start it? 75 to go here. Number on the 75. Number on the 75. Number on the 75. Would you get a $50 bill? You start me. $50 here. Number on the 50. 50 way in the back is 50, and now 60. 50's way in the back of the picnic table. Now I'm $60. Number on the 60. Would you get a $60? Number on the 60. Is that one bid going to buy at 60? And now 70. Way out back at 70. 70 now and 80. 80 now and 90. Number on the 90. 90. Number on the 90. Thank you, ma'am. 80's here in the second row. And $90. Number on the 90. 90. Number on the 90. Number on the 80 now and 90. $90. 90 and the same bidder. Now a $100 bill. $100 to go. It's not somebody new. She's been battling you all the way. $100. Show her how it's done. 100 now 110. Don't let her scare you. 110. Come on, 110. It's a competition. 110. 120. 120. Give it on 120. Thank you, ma'am. 110. 120. Give it on 120. Sold way out in the back 40 at 110, and that number is going to be hard. Help me out. 100 and what? Ethan. Run out there and check, would you please? We'll get you a number. We'll get you a number, Madam Clerks. 133. 133. Only thing I can't read worse than little numbers is sign language from that far. Yeah. Sorry about that. All right, number 124 in your catalog is a red and white with red accent from Pam Dill at St. Andrews at Lincoln. It's tied at 78 by 71. And look at this nice quilt coming up. All right. Very nice and soft. Take it home and warm you up. Winter's coming. Would you give a $100 bill to go? $100 to go. I'm mid 100, 100 and a quarter. 100 now, 100 and a quarter. Number on 100 and a quarter. Would you give 110? I'm mid 1 now, 110, 10. Number on 110. Would you get 110? Would you say 1 and now 120? 120 here now, 130, 30, 130 now, 40, 40, 140. Would you get 140? Thank you, sir. 130's in the second row, and 140, 40. Give it on 140. Give it on 140. Give it on 130, 140. All in and all done. 130, 140. Sold. 130. Number 90. Number 90. Thank you, ma'am. Got a purple quilt coming up. Embroidered blocks, it's called. number 125 in your catalog from St. Andrews Lutheran, Lincoln, Nebraska. Machine, it's 100 by 80, a big quilt. 100 by 80 here, there, Trevor. All right, and what do we say to go here as they get it unfolded? How about a $200 bill to go on this big quilt? $200 to go, number on the two, number on the, you got it? Two, and now 2 1/4. I'm at 2 and now 2 1/4, number on the 2 1/4, number on the 2 1/4. Don't, this guy just bid, and don't let him fool you. Don't let him challenge you here, but 200, not 2 1/4. I want 2 1/4, number on the 2 1/4, number on the 2 1/4. 2 1/4, number on the 225, number on the 210. 210 is that first bid going to buy at 200, now 210, 10, number on the 210, 10, number on the 210. Are you all in and all done? I'm at $200 and now 210 here. 210, we're going to sell it if you're done 210. $200 right beside me. What's your number today, sir? So many. 437. 437. All right. Put it under the trailer. We'll sell it again in about 10 minutes. It'll be all right. Christmas Stars is next. Number 126 from the Marion Schroeder family at Bloomfield, Nebraska. It's hand quilted. It's 85 by 80. And here we go. Look at this pretty quilt coming up. 85 by 80. And there they are. Would you give me a $100 bill to start it out? $100 where, number on the 100, number on the mid 100, now 125. I'm mid 100, now 125, and now 150. 150, would you get 150, 50, now 175, Lars. 175 and 200, number on the 2 and now 2 1/4, Lars. 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. 2 1/2, number on the 2 1/2, thank you, sir. 2 1/4 here with Lars's bidder. Now 2 1/2, number on the 2 1/2. Are you on the aisle, sir? 2 1/2, you're on the aisle, 2 1/4, 2 1/2. 250, number on the $250, number on the 250, 250, and now 275, and now $300, now 3 1/4. Now that they turned it right set up, it's worth much more. 3 1/4, number on the 3 1/4. I'm at 300 here, now 3 1/4, number on the 3 1/4. $300, number on the, what's that? Yep, right side of the aisle. 300, now 3 1/4, number on. Now, do you like it better? 3 1/4, 3 1/2. 3 1/2, number on the 3 1/2, 3 1/2. Is he in at 3 1/4, 3 1/2? 3 1/2, now that they turned it right set up, you want the 3 1/2, number on the 3 1/2? No, you're laughing, though. That's good. 3 1/4 and 3 1/2, number on the 3 1/2. We're going to sell it if you're done. 3 1/2. Sold to your bidder, Lars. 325, and he's coming up. That's, I forgot your number, sir. He's getting it out. It's 30. 30. Give him a round of applause. Number 30. Good job. We don't make fun. We don't make fun of anybody. We laugh with each other. That's all it is, folks. That's good. Red Hearts and Yellow Flowers from the Marion Schroeder family at Bloomfield, Nebraska. This is hand done. It's 84 by 67. It's number 127 in your catalog. Yeah, that's right. Look at that pretty colors here. And a $100 bill to go. $100 to go. Number on the 1, number on the 100, number on the $100, number on the 100. Who bid 100 on this beautiful quilt? 100. I bid 100, 100 1/4. Oh, she's waving for that last quilt. Keep going towards the tree. They're waving for you. I'm bid $100 right down here, right? Yep, and 100 1/4. 100, 100 1/4, number on the 100 1/4, number on. Any movement above the waist is almost considered a bid, and she was waving for a quilt. So $100 and 100 1/4, number on the 125. $100 and 125, number on the 125 and a 150, sir. 150 here, number on the 150. Would you get a 150? 150 now 175, Lars. 175, thank you. 150 is my bidder out here. Now 175, number on the 175. Would you get a 175? 175 anywhere? Sold to your bidder, Bob. 150, 89, 89. Thank you. Hey, you're doing great, folks. The chairs are filling up. It's awesome. Take a look at these quilts, and it's a beautiful day. One Fish, Two Fish is coming up next. Number 128 in your catalog from a friend of the camp. It's machine done. It's 90 by 77. And here we go. One Fish, Two Fish. Oh, it's very soft, they say. How about $100 for the fishing man in your life? $100. Hey, I like your enthusiasm. We'll get back to you. $100 to go. Number on the 100. I'm at 100, 100 1/4. 100, 100 1/4. Number on the 125. When you get 125, when you get 110, and now 120, 120, 130, 130 now 40, 40 now 150, 150. When you get 150, 160, 170, 170, 180 now 190. Number on the 190. Now $200. Number on the 2. It's a nice round number. $100 limit on the 2. 190's here, and now 200 limit on the 2 and 2. Would you like him now? 200, now 210. 210, would you go to 210, 10 and 220. 220, 220, 230. 230 here and 240. 240, limit on the 250, 50 limit on the 250 and 260 and 260. Thank you. 250's in the second row, and 260, limit on the 260 anywhere else. 250, 260, 260 and 270. A new bidder. 270 here, limit on the 270 per fish. It isn't bad. 270, limit on the 270. 260 is out here in 270, limit on the thank you. 260, 270. Sold. 260, number 30. Number 30. A round of applause back there. Good job. All right. Tanzanian Stripes is coming up next. It's number 129 from Mary Magstad at Salem Lutheran at Fremont. It's machine done. It's 107 by 90. Tanzanian Stripes right here. All right, here we go. How about a $200 bill to go? How about a 200 minimum on a 2 and 2, 200, but you give a $100 bill to start it. $100 where and bid 100 way in the back and 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half. 100 and a half way in the back and 100 and a half and 175. 175 and 200 on the minimum on the 2, 2 and out, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half. 2 and a half and 2 and a half, 275. Lars, your bidder, 275. If I minimum on the 275 with the go to 275 and now 300 way in the back. 300 way. 300 minimum on the 3 and 3 minimum on the 300 in the middle. 300 in the 300, not 3 and a quarter at the premium seats. 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half. 3 and a half at the premium seats. Minimum on the 3 and a half. You're both out. 3 and a half. 3 and a half. A new bidder now 375. 375 and 400. Minimum on the 4 now 4 and a quarter. Minimum on the 4 and a quarter. 4 and a half at the table. 4 and a half and 475. 475 and 500. Let's pop a balloon. 500 now 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter. Minimum on the 5 and a quarter out there. 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, minimum on the 5 and a half, and 575 away on the back, minimum on the 575, and you go to 575, sir. 575, help him out, a 575, 550 and 575, minimum on the 575, and you go to 575. Sold, 550, bidder number 2. Bidder number 2. Who's going to pop the balloon? Trevor. Trevor, you got something sharp? Oh, grab the pen. Go. All right. While he's popping a balloon, we're going to get going. Seaside is coming up. You just remember where she's at. She'll be doing this a long time during the day here. This called is Seaside Jaybird quilt. It's number 130 in your catalog. It's from Nancy Burdick at St. John, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. It's machine done. It's 59 by 50. This one's traveled down the road a long ways here, folks. And would you give me 100? Hey, Trevor, grab some more here. Would you give a $100 bill to go? $100 to go. Bid 100, 110. 100 now, 110. Bid 110 and 120. 120, 130, 130 and 40, 40, 140 now, 150. 150, thank you. 140's in the second row, and 150, 50, give it on 150. Would you get a 150 on this on the quilt? And now 160, new bidder. Now 170, 170 and 180. 180 here and 180 and 190, 90 and 90 now. $200 on the 2 and 210. Limit on the 210. Thank you, ma'am. 200's up front now, and 210, 10, 10. Limit on the 210. On the 200 and 210. Limit on the 210. Sold. $200, number 90 at the second row on the left side. Coming up with another colorful quilt again. It's called Postcards from Sweden. It's number 131 in your catalog from Nancy Burdick, St. John the Evangelist Parish, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. It's 74 by 60. That's the back side. And here comes Sweden. There we go. All right. And what do we say to go? How about a $200 bid to go? 200 to go. Number on the 2 and 2. Number on the would you give a $100 bill to start? 100 now, 100 a quarter, 100 and a half. 100 and a half on the aisle. Number on 100 and a half and 175. 175. 200 now, 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter and 2 and a half. 2 and a half and 2 and a half. Number on the 2. Half here in the premium seats. 3 and a half, you're both out. 3 and a half and now 375. 375, thank you, ma'am. 350's in the premium seats and now 375 behind. Number on the 375. When you go to 375. Sold. 350 right there. And which number are we going to use? Oh, yes. If you go to the gala, you can get those premium seats. And aren't they nice, ladies? They are comfortable. They're right under the shade. They bring you water, and they're just very comfortable. So, all right. Patriotic Salute is coming up. Look at this one. Number 132 from Faye Jones and Janice Lippincott at First Lutheran at Blair. It's machine done. It's 71 by 56. And here's our patriotic quilt of the day here. And would you give me $100 bill to start it? 100, 100 a quarter, 100 a quarter, number 100 a quarter, 100 and a half, 100 and a half, and 175, 175 and 200, 200, now 2 and a quarter, quarter, 2 and a half, 2 and a half and 275, number 1 and 275 and 5 and now 300, now 3 and a quarter. Let's pop a balloon, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, and now 375, 375, number 1 and 75 and 400, number 1 and 400. Thank you, ma'am. 375 and 400, number 1 and 400. Who else wants in at 400? My 375 is out here, and now 400 on number 1 and 4. 4 and now 4 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter here, and 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, and 475, 475, number 1 and 475, and now $500. I throw in a water bottle, 575, $500, number 1 and 500, number 1 and 475, 500. It's all on you, no pressure. 500, number 1 and 500, number 1 and 500, 500, and now 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter here, number 1 and 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half. 5 and a half. Now it's okay. 5 and a half. 5 and a half here. 5 and a half and 575. She's in the spirit of it now. 575. Number 1 on 575. Thank you, ma'am. Give her a big round of applause. 550 and now 575. Number 1 on 550. 575. Are you sure? 75. 600. 600 here. 600 here. Number 1 on 600. Thank you. 575 and 600. Number 1 on 600. Number 1 on 600. Are you sure? All right. Sold. 575. Give her a round of applause. What's your number, ma'am? 129. 129. Thank you. All right, number 133 is next. It's called Diamond. Pop that balloon, big dog. Attaway, Trevor. Diamond Strings from Wanda Kruger at Salem Lutheran at Fremont. It's machine done. It's 76 by 59. It's pieced and 133 in your catalog. Sometimes there's a little history and reading material with these, and I don't have time to read them, but make sure you do. It's kind of interesting. Beautiful quilt here. Would you give a $100 bill to start it? $100 to go. Hula bid 100 and on 100. 100 and on $100. And on 100. Would you give 100? Would you give 100 anywhere? $100. Would you give me 100? Now 110. 100 in the back row and 110. And on the 110. 10. And on the 110. Would you get 110 anywhere? 110. Thank you, ma'am. And now 120. 120. Now 130, 130, would you get 130 and 140, 140 and 150, 150 here and 150, 50 now, 160, 170, 170, put them on the 170, would you get a 170 here and 170, 170 one more time, 170 and 180, a nice round number, now 190, 190 here, number 190, thank you, ma'am, 180 is in the middle of the crowd now, and 190, 90, put them on the 190, put them on the 180, 190, sold, $180 right in the premium seats, and that's number 5, thank you. All right, the next one up is called Tailgating Herbie Husker. It's number 134 in your catalog from Wanda Kruger at Salem Lutheran at Fremont. It's machine done. It's 59 by 57, and it's pieced. And there you are, Trevor. Oh, here you go, Husker fans. This is the year for all sports, ladies and gentlemen. And you want this quilt to be on your wall and take it to the tailgate, take it to the ball game, and a $100 bill to get you going. $100 wear. Who's the Husker fans? 100, 100 a quarter. 100, 100 a quarter, number 1, 100 a quarter, number 1, 100, 1 and a half, 100 and a half, high, number 1, 100 and a half. Would you go to your right here on the aisle? 100 a quarter. You're out at 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half. 100 and a half, 100 and a half. Would you get 100 and a half? 125, 100 and a half, and 175. And now $200, number 1, 2, number 1, 200 for Herbie. 200, now 2 and a quarter, and 2 and a half. 2 and a half, and now 2 and a half, high, number 1, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half. 2 and a quarters with largest bidder on the aisle. Now 2 and a half, high, number 1, 250. Would you get 250 anywhere? 225 and 250, 250 and 275. Oh, you're wearing the gear. It'll go right with you. 275, 275 by 275. Would you get 275? Thank you. Over here, 250, 275, number 1 at 275, and now 300 on this. Oh, he's in at 250. I thought he was over to the right. 250, 275, number 1 at 275. Sold 250. Bidder number 30. Bidder number 30. Thank you. All right, number 138 in your catalog. It's called 16 Patch from Lisa Kupka. It's hand done. It's 100 by 80. Very nice big quilt. Here we go, sir. They're going to unroll it. Here we are. Look at it now. Nice quilt, ready to go home with any of you here. Would you get that $100 bill? $100 to go 100 by 80. $100 and 100 a quarter. 100 now, 100 and a quarter. Would you give me 110? 100 now, 110, 10, 110, and 120. 120 now, 30. 130 and 40, 40 now, 150, 50 down, 160, 160. Would you get a 160 now, 170? 170 and 180. 180 and 190 now, $200 number 1 at 2 and 210. 210, thank you, sir. 200's in the second row. And now 210, 10, number 1 at 210. Number 1 at 210 anywhere. 200, 210. 220, 220 here and 220 now, 230 boys, 230, I don't know where they are, 230, 230, 240, 240 and 250, ma'am, 250 and now 260, 260 again, I'm on a $260 number, I'm on a 260, help him out, folks, 260, 260 here, when you get a 260 and 27, a tree and 280, 280 here, number on a 280 now, 290, 290. 320, 320 here and 320 and 330, 330 here, number 330 and 340, 340, would you get a 340, would you get a 340 again here, folks, it needs a little encouragement, 340, it's right there on the edge, 340, 340, would you go to 340, 340, I don't want to lose you, 340, 350, 350 here, number one, don't quit so early, 350, I'm on a 350, thank you, ma'am, 340 and now 350, 50, give it on a 350, give it on a 340, 350, so 340 in the second row, number 146. 146. Thank you, folks. Your bidding and buying average is very, very good today to start the day. This next one is number 139. It's called 8-Point Star in a Light Blue Sky from Lisa Kupka. It's machine done. It's 108 by 71 and it's pieced. Get your hat screwed on there straight. All right. Oh, look at this pretty blues, ladies and gentlemen. Got 100 to go and 100 a quarter. I'm bid 100, 100 a quarter. Number on 125, 5 and 150, 150 and 175 and now $200. Number on the 2 and 2 wherever your bidder is. Lars 200. I'm bid 175 here and now 200. Number on the 2 and 2. Number on the 200, 200. Now 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half. And now 275 and 300. Number on the 3. 275 is by the tree and now 300. Number on the 3 and 3. Number on the 300. Number on the 300. Number on the 300. Where else? 275 is the money bid on this beautiful blue quilt. 2, 3 and now 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter here. My 3 is way out back, Bob. 3 is way out back, and now 3 and a quarter, number on the 3 and a quarter, number on the 325. I don't want to miss anybody. Now 350, 350 wherever they were. 350. I just saw a hand that first time. 350. You're out back there. 350. My 325 is over here with Ethan. 350. 350 to my bidder out there. Don't want to lose you. 350 and 375. 375. Number on the 375, and now $400. $400. Number on the 4. It's easier to do this. Yeah, 400. 4 and a quarter. 4 and a quarter here, number on the 4 and a quarter, number on the 4 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter here, number on the 4 and a quarter, number on the 4 and a quarter. Think of all the heating bills you'll save just by curling up with this. 4 and a quarter, 400 and 4 and a quarter. Thank you, sir. 400 and 4 and a quarter, put them on the 4 and a quarter. Anybody else want in? 400's out in the middle, 4 and a quarter, and now 4 and a half. 4 and a half and now 475. 475. I told you it was a good idea. 475 and 500. Let's pop a balloon. $500. $500 and now 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter here. Don't let her win. 5 and a quarter. Number on the 5 and a quarter. She's not as mean as she looks. 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter. Number on the 5 and a quarter. Would you do it? 5 and a quarter. 5 and a half. 5 and a half and now 575. 575. Let her have it. Thank you. 5 and a half and 575. Number on the 5 and a half. 575. Sold. Number 2. $550. Give her a round of applause. And let's pop another balloon. Attaboy. I told him he had to work today. I didn't told him it was Alta's job, that's for sure. Good job, Trevor. And thank you to all our bidders. That was fun bidding there. A Quilt of Many Colors is coming up next. It's number 140 from Ellen Freeman at First Lutheran at Fremont. It's 101 by 91. And there's some pictures and some business to go with it, Ethan. There's Lars. They all answered to hey you, that's for sure. I think that's Ethan. I think that's Lars. I think that's Trevor. And I know that's Bob. Here we go. Look at that many colors and a $250 bid to go. $250 number on the 2 and a half, number on the 250 and out through 275. 250 and out 275 and 300 down and 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter and 3 and a half and out 375 and out $400 number on the 4 and a quarter and 4 and a half and out 475 and now 500 now 5 and a quarter and now 5 and a half and now 575 and now $600 number on the 6 and 6 and a quarter. 6 and a quarter here number on the 6 and a quarter and 6 and a half. 6 and a half and 675 and now $700 number on the 7 now 7 and a quarter now 7 and a half. 7 and a half and now 775 775. Thank you. 7 and a half and now 775 number on the 775. My 7 and a half is out there. 775. Thank you, sir. 7 and a half 775. That a way to go. Sold 7 120 173. Is that right? Thank you. Give him a round of applause. There we go, Trevor, up in the air. Attaway. He does that with enthusiasm, like he's not supposed to at home or something. I don't know. Number 141 is next. It's Raining Cats and Dogs. Shh. Let's get this one sold. Make it go away. It's from the Quilters at First Lutheran at Fremont. It's tied. It's 80 by 60. It's Raining Cats and Dogs. There you go, Trevor. All right, would you give a $100 bill to make the rain? $100 to go on the cats and the dogs, and now 100 and a quarter. 100, now 100 and a quarter, would you give 110? 110, 10, and 110, and now 120. 120, would you get a 120 and 130? 130 here, 130, 140, 40 down, 150. 150 here, and 150, you get the down 160. 160 and 170. 170 here, and 170 and 180. 180 here, the cats and dogs are getting along. 180. 180 here, and 180, thank you, ma'am. 170's in the middle here, and 180, 80, give me on a 180. Would you get a 180? Would you get a 180 anywhere? 170's here, 180. Sold to your bidder, Lars, $170. 67. Good job. Give her a round of applause, folks. Every bid, every quilt is important, and we're doing a great job today. Number 142 in your catalog is called My Favorite Thing from the Quilters at First Lutheran at Fremont. It's 78 by 60, and it's tied. And here we go. Look at that. Nice colors. Would you get a $100 bill? $100 where? $100. Would you give me 75 to go? 75 to start at 75. Would you get a $50? 50 and now 60. 50 now and $60. 60. Would you get a $60? 60. 60 now and 70. 70 here now 80. Ethan. $80 now 90. 90 give it on a 90 now $100. Even money 110. 110. 120. 120. 130. 130. Thank you, ma'am. 120 is way in the back down. 130. 30. Give it on a 130 now. 140, sir. 140. 140. 140. He's done. 130. You're in. Are you guys on the same person? 130 and 140. Give it on a 140. Give it on a 130, 140, no, 140, are you guys on the same? He's sitting down over here. 130, 140, 140. Sold to your bidder at $130, and the number is 53. Now I got it, sir. 50, 50. Got it. I got to get binoculars from up here. I really do. All right, Pastel Squares Baby Quilt is coming up next. It's 150 from Clara Buss and Marlene Bell at Adams, Nebraska. It's 36 by 36, a nice little baby quilt, a little square quilt. And who needs a baby quilt for 75 to go? 75 to go, number one, 75 and high, number one, 75 and 80. 75 and 80 now, 85, number 85 and $90, number one, 90 now, 100, number 100, 110, number 110 and 120. 120, 130 now, and 40. 140, 140, would you get a 140? Would you say 140? You bet. 140, would you do it? 140, help her out. $140, 140, 150, wow, 160. 160, thank you. 150 is in the back row, and now 160, give me the one on 160, give me the one on 160, 150, 160. So, $150, number 20, 20. I can take either one. It's all right. All right, it's a multicolored squares lap quilt from Clara Buss and Marlene Bell at Adams, Nebraska, American Lutheran. It's 40 by 40. Here you go, Trevor. Look at this nice little lap quilt. And would you get a $50 bill to get me going again? $50 here, number one, 50, 50, number one, $50, number one, 50. Would you go to 50 on the lap blanket? $50 here, number one, 50, 25. Start me out at here, 25, 25, and now 30, now 40, now 50. $50 way back there at the table, number one, 50, 50, number one, 50 on the lap quilt. $50, my 40's on the aisle right up here, and now $50, number one, 50, 50, number one, 50 anywhere else. My 40's right up front, 50 now, 60. $60, where are you at? Way out back. Our table, 50, and now 60. 50 now and 60. Oh, it's my mom. It's her very first auction. She didn't know how to bid for it. 50 now and $60. Number one is 60. Would you go to 60? 50 now and $60. Number one is 60. 60 and now 70. You're out. And now 80 the other bidder. Ethan, $80. Number one 80. 80. Way out back. I can't see you. Wave again at $80 if you want in again. 80. 80. Now 90. 90 to my mother. $90. She said no. That's very disappointing the crowd, Mom. $90. Number one 90. 80 now. $90. Number one 90. Give it on 80 now. 90. Sold it way out there on the cart path. And is 241, ma'am? 421. Thank you. 421. Give her a round of applause. Good job. Good job. 80. 80. Sorry about that, Mom. I can make fun of you because you're my mom. All right. And you're an awful good sport. 94 is your number. Good job. You didn't win that one. The other gal did. All right. Number 153 is coming up next. It's Diagonal Squares. It's from Marlene Bell at American Lutheran at Adams. It's 46 by 40 and piece. Oh, really nice little quilt here. Here you go, Trevor, or Ethan, or Lars. Here we go. Sorry. I'm bad at names. And would you give me a $50 bill? $50 go, and 50 down, 60 down, 60 down, $60 limit on the mom's in at 50, and now $60, 60, and now 70, now 80, $80 and 90, 90 now $100 bill, and 110, limit 110 and 120, now 130, 130, thank you. 120's right here, now 130, limit on the 130, 30, limit on the 130. My 120's nice little quilt, 120, 130. Sold. 120, number 34. Give her a round of applause. Great job. Great buy. All right, here we've got number 154 in your catalog. It's called Patch of Squares Lap Quilt from Marlene Bell at Adams, American Lutheran at Adams. It's 40 by 40. Nice little square quilt here. And it's a piece quilt. And look at the nice colors here to look great wherever you want to put it. And that's 75 to go. 75 to go. Would you get $50 started? $50 here, 50, and now 60, 50 down, $60 limit on the 60, 60 limit on the $60 limit on the 60. Would you go to $60 where? I'm at 50 with my mother. Now $60 limit on the 60 with full disclosure. 50 down, $60 limit on the 60. Would you go to 60? 50 down, $60 limit on the 60. Would you go to 60 anywhere? 50 down, 60. You win, Mom. $50, and now it's 94. 94, I think. Give her a round of applause there. Good job. Ooh La La is coming up next. It's called Ooh La La, number 155 from Pam Thomas at Olathe, Kansas. It's machine done. It's 74 by 62, and she's from St. Mark's Lutheran. Here we go. Look at this one from Kansas. Very nice colors here. Really pretty quilt. Who start me off at a $100 bill? Who give $100 limit on that one? Number bit 100, 100 and a quarter, and 100 and a half, 100 and a half, 100 and a half, and 175. 175. When you get a 175, and now $200 limit on the 2 and 2 and a quarter, and 2 and a quarter, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 275. 275 and 300 limit on the 3 and 3 and a quarter. Let's pop a balloon and 3 and a half, 3 and a half, and 375. 370. Oh, don't let me scare you either. 375 limit on the 375. 375 limit on the 375. Limit on the 375. 350's here. 375. You think about it. Help her out, folks. 350 and now 375. It's a very beautiful quilt. 350 and now 375, and on the 375, and now 400, 400, and on the 400, and on the 400, 400 way in the back. You got it in over here, 400, 400. $75. If you go 90, 90 now $100 bill, $100 bill, thank you. 90's over here with the gentleman, and now $100 minimum on the $100 minimum on the 100. 90 now $100 minimum on the 100. Y'all in and all down 100. Sold $90. Number 75. 75. Thank you, sir. Way out in the back at the picnic table. Absolutely, it all adds up. We've got a quilt from Maryland. Oh, blue shirt. Trevor, you take him back there when they go with the quilt. How about that? You know where he is. From Maryland Bolin, it's number 163 in your catalog. From Bethlehem Lutheran at Wahoo, it's 90 by 70, and it's piece. Look at that colorful quilt right there. Good job. No, I don't see. Wow, butterflies. Look at all those butterflies. All right, and how about a $200 bill to go here? Would you give a $100 bill to start it? $100 bid, and now 100 and a quarter, 100, 100 and a quarter, number 125, number 125 and a 150, 150 and a 175, and now $200, number 1, 2 and 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter here, number 2 and a quarter, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half and 275, 275, number 1, 275, 75, 275. I'm 75 and $300, number 1, 3 and 3, oh, number 1, 3, thank you. 275, 2, 3, and now 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter here, number 1, 3 and a quarter, and 3 and a quarter, thank you, sir. 300's at the table now, and 3 and a quarter, number 1, 3 and a quarter. Lars is checking something out. 300, what's that? 300, 3 and a quarter, number 1, 3 and a quarter, number 1. My 300's are right by the tree. 3 and a quarter, anywhere else? 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter, new bidder, 3 and a half, and now 375, 375, 375, and $400 number 1, number 1, 400, ma'am, 400. Would you get a 400 number 1? It's got butterflies on the back. $400, thank you. 375 and 400 number 1, 400 number 1, 375, and now 4. So 375 on the aisle, number 95, 95. Good job. We've got another really pretty blue quilt coming up. It's called Starry Night. It's number 166 in your catalogs, if you're keeping track, from Nancy Meyer at the Grateful Threads. And I love this group's name. And I seem to tell you that every year, because what's better than the Grateful Threads? I mean, this is an awesome group. Any Grateful Threads in the crowd today? Look at all the Grateful Threads over there. This morning early, I don't want to take up much time, but they gave me an award. We, the undersigned, proudly present this honorary membership of the Grateful Threads to Lance Larson for his continued support of St. Timothy's Quilting Group. I can come to any of their meetings, any of their days, but they'll only let me iron. And my mom told me that I'm not very good at that either. So thank you, Grateful Threads. You are a fun group. That is pretty. Starry Nights. All right, here. What do we say to go? How about a $200 bill to go? $200 to go. Did you say 2 and now 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, hand number 1, 2 and a half, 2 and a half. We got 2 and a quarter way in the back, right? And now 2 and a half, hand number 1, 2 and a half, 275, and now 300, 300 here, and 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, and now 375 and $400 number 1, 4 and 4 and a quarter, and 4 and a half, 4 and a half, and 475, or 75 and a quarter, number 1, 5 and a quarter. We go to 5 and a quarter, out of way. 500 here, and 5 and a quarter, number 1. Anybody want to buy back your quilt? 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter here, number 1, 5 and a quarter. I'm at 500 here, and 5 and a quarter, number 1, 5 and a quarter. Anywhere else? 5 and a quarter. Sold. $500 on the aisle, number 90 something. I forgot their number, Lars. Oh, no, 116. Madam Clerk, 116. 116. All right, Color Me Happy is coming up next. It's number 167 from Nancy Meyer and the Grateful Threads again. St. Timothy's Lutheran at Omaha. It's 63 by 50, and it's piece. Color Me Happy right here. All right, how about a $100 bill? 100 and a quarter, 100, 100 and a quarter, 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half. And a quarter, 200, now 2 and a quarter, number 1, 2 and a quarter, 225, number 1, 225, 225. So $200 right there in the middle of the crowd. Give her a round of applause, and it's number 8. Bidder number 8. Thank you. Hey, Trevor, would you take my pager back to your mom? Number 168 is next in your catalog. It's called Springtime from the Grateful Threads. It's 74 by 58, and it's pieced. Look at that. Springtime colors. And would you give a $200 bid to go? $200 to go, about a $100 bill to start it. $100 wear, number 1, now 100 and a quarter. I'm bid 100 with Bob, and now 100 and a quarter, number 1, 125 behind, number 1, 125 on Springtime. 125 and a 150 bomb. 150, would you get a 150, 50, 150, would you get a 150, would they say 150, would they do 150? 125 is my bidder right out here. Now 150, yep, 125 and a 150. 150, would anybody else like in? We don't want to miss you. 125, 150, 150, and now 175. 175, 175, and now 200. 200, now 2 1/4 bomb. 2 1/4, anybody else, just yell 2 1/4. 2 1/4 here, number one, my 200's way out with me, and now 2 1/4. Everybody else is out. 200, now 2 1/4, number one, 2 1/4. No fish, but it's all right. 2 1/4, number one, 2 1/4. 200, 2 1/4, and now 2 1/2. 2 1/2, 2 1/2, high number one, 2 1/2. Now get 2 1/4, 2 1/2. Sold. 225, number 90. 225 to number 90. All right, number 169 is next. It's called Dart. It's from the Grateful Threads at St. Timothy's at Omaha. It's 67.5 by 68. A nice pieced quilt here. Down to that last half inch. They use it all, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right, would you give a $100 bill to start it? $100 where? Number one, 100. Would you give 100? Would you give me 75? 75, start this nice quilt. Number one, mid 75 and 80. 80 now 90. 90 here, number one, 90 now 100. Number one, 100, 100 now 110. 110, thank you. Ethan, you're at 100. Now 110. Number one, 110, 10. Number one, 110, and now 120. Ethan, 120 to your bidder. Number one, 120. Would you get 120? Lars is in at 110. And now 120. Number one, 120. All in and all done. 110, 120. Sold your way at 110. I'm sorry. 89. 89 is the bidder. Thank you. Second row on the left side of the aisle here. This is called Christmas Railroad coming up next. It's number 170 from Terry Mounts and the Grateful Threads. That's 68 by 49. Another piece one, Christmas Railroad. All right. And would you give a $100 bill to go? $100 where? Would you give 100? Would you say 100? Would you give 100 anywhere? 100 to 75, start me out. 75 to go. Number one, mid 75 and 80. I got 75 over here. Got to be 80. 80 now 90. 90 here, number one, 90. Would you go to 90? Would you say 90 now? $100. Number one, 100 now 110. 110, 120. 120. Would you get 120? 20. Thank you, sir. 110 is out here in the middle, Bob, with you. And now 120. Give me the 120. 20. Give me the 120. Give me the 110. 120. Sold 110, number 117. 117. Give her a round of applause. $110. Would you get a 110 and what? Nice. Somebody gets 90. A round of applause back here. Number 174. It's called Dresden. It's hand done. It's 72 by 60. Beautiful colors. $4, four and a quarter, 4.25. Thank you, ma'am. 4.25. Would you get a 4.25? Anywhere else? 400's way in the back. 4.25. So $400 way back there. Somebody grab his number for me. I can't see it. Thank you. 143. 143. I'm going to blame the smoke in the air because I can't see those numbers back there. Number 175 in your catalog is coming up. It's a 9-patch sampler from Laura Ferguson, a Spirit of Hope Lutheran at Lincoln. It's 98 by 80 and it's piece. Look at that pretty quilt. Here you go, Trevor. I'm going to be say to go. $100 bill to start me out here. $100 to go. Now 1.25. 1.25. 1.5. 100.5. Would you get 100.5? 100.5. Would you? You're out at 100.5. 175. Bob's in at 150. Ethan, you're out at 175. 150. Would you go to 160? 150 and 160. 160. 170. Bob. 170 here. 170 and 180. 180, ma'am. Number $180. Number $180. $180. 180. Did you see somebody? 180. 180. Would you get a 180? 180 and now 190. 190, sir. Would you get a 190? Would you go to 190? Would you say 190? Well, now $200 and now 210. 210. Number $210. 10. Number $210. Would you get a 210? Thank you. $200 is on the aisle now. And 210. 10. Number $210. Number $200. 210. 210. 220. 220 and now 230. 230 here. Number 230. It matches your shirt. 230. Come on now. We're all about coordinating. $230 here. 230. Would you go to 230? Give me the 230. 230 and now 240. Your chair. 240. 240 and now 250. 250 here. Number 250 at 260. 260 here. Now 270. Here, number 280. Would you get a 280? Would you get 280? And now 290, sir. 290 and 300. 300, number 300, number 300, number 300, number 300 and 310. 310 and now 320. 320, would you go? You're sitting in that comfortable chair. 320. 320 here, number 320. 320 here, number 320. I missed you there. 320, 330, 330 and 340. 340 here, number 3. Help her out, folks. $340. 340 and now 350. 350 and in and out 360. 360. Would you go to $360 number? Keep smiling. Keep smiling. 360. 360 and 370. 370 and 380. 380. Give me the 300. What's 380? 390. 390 now $400 number 410. 410. 410 and 420. 420. Thank you. Give her a round of applause. 410 and 420. 20. Give me the 420. 410's way in the back. 420. Sold. 410. 140, 140. All right, give him a round of applause. Good job. Way to fight that out. We'll get you another one that matches your shirt, sir. I promise. Our clerks are right over here to the right in the second row. This one's called Tiptoe Through the Tulips from Suit Ties. It's St. Matthew's at Omaha. It's hand done. It's 84.5 by 85. It's Tiptoe Through the Tulips. There we go. That's my Tiny Tim. No extra charge. We're here all day. All right. Here we go. The tulips. They got them right side up on the $200 bill. $200 to go in the middle on the two. Would you come get 100? 100 a quarter. 100, 100 a quarter, 100 a quarter, 100 and a half, 175. 175 and 200 in the middle on the two and now in 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter here and 2 and a quarter. I had another one in the middle somewhere. 200's way in the back standing up. 2 and a quarter over here, Bob. 225 and now 250. 250 way in the back. 250, 50 in the middle on the 250, 250 and now 275. 275, number 275 and 300. 300 in the middle on the 3. My 275 is right out here in the middle, I think, Bob. 275, 300. Everybody else out here is out. 275 and now 300 on the tulips. 275 and 300. 300 now 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter now 3 and a half. 3 and a half and now 75. 375 to go to 375. 5 and now $400 on the 4 and a quarter. 4 and a quarter here. Number on the 4 and a quarter. Help them out. 4 and a quarter. Let's pop that balloon. 4 and a half. 4 and a half and 475. It's for the camp. 475, number on the 475, 475, and you get a 475. Thank you, ma'am. 450's at the table. 475. Anywhere else? I'm in at the standing up by the tree. I'm in. 475. You're out. 500. 500. Would you get a 500? Limit on the 5. 5. Limit on the 5. 475. 500. One more bid. We can pop a balloon. 475. 500. Limit on the 5. Limit on the 500. My bidder's in at the tree. 475. 500. Sold. 475. 99. 99. Give her a round of applause at 99. $150 an hour, and $175 and $200 limit on the 200 now 2 1/4, 2 1/4 here and 2 1/2, 2 1/2 limit on the 2 1/2. She wants a 2 1/2, 2 1/2 and now 275, 275 and now $300 limit on the 3. Help her out, $300 limit on the 3. Thank you, ma'am. 275 is here to my left now. 3 limit on the 3, limit on the 300 limit on the 275 and now 300. Sold. 275 and your number is 1717. Good job. Good job. All right, 178 up. It's a win. Less than $100 here to go. $100 to go. Limit on the 75 started out on the last supper. Now 80. 75 and now $80. Limit on 80. 80 now 90. 90 90 now $100 bill. Larson 110. 110. 120. 120. 130. 130 now 140. 40. 140. Would you get 140? 150. 150. Thank you. 140s with Larson's bidder. Now $150. Limit on 150. Would you get 150? 140 and now 150 on the last supper. Limit on 140. 150 anywhere. 150. Sold to your way. $140. 96 on the aisle with the gentleman on the aisle. Thank you. Checkerboards is coming up next. It's 180 from St. Paul's Lutheran at Lee, Nebraska. It's tied at 61.5 by 84. And there you are, number 180, called Checkerboards. And you're waiting on a partner? It's a guy with the mismatched boots is what he is. All right. Sorry, all day long I'll be picking on you. I don't know. All right, look at that checkerboard here. And about $100 bill to go. Would you give me 75 to start it all out? 75 to go, number 1 to 75. Who needs a checkerboard? 75 and 80. 75 with the gentleman, and now $80, number 1 80. 80, $80, number 1 80. Would you go to 80? Now 90. 90, now 100 bill at the table. $100, number 1 100. Would you go 100? Would you give 100? 110. 110, would you get 110 and 120? 120, would you get a 120? 20, now 130. Would you get 130 and 140? 140 on the checkerboard. 140 and 150. 150, would you say 150? Would you go 150? Thank you. 140's at the popcorn machine, and now 150. Give them on a 150. Anybody else like in? 140 and 150. Giving them 140, 150. She's happy. Sold. $140. Number, is that bidder number 4? Oh, 450. 450. All right. The next one's called Dove in the Window from Annabelle Keene. It's number 181 in your catalog from Emmanuel Lutheran at Bellevue. It's hand done. It's 74 by 71. And here you go, Trevor. Dove in the window. And what do we say to go? How about $150 to go here? $150 limit on the 150. Would you give me $100? $100 started limit on $100 on the quilt. I made 100, 100 and a quarter. 100, 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half, 100 and a half, 100 and a half, 175, 175. Would you get a 175? Either one. My 150 is right here. And now 175. 150 now 175 in the middle on the 175, 175 and now 200, 200 now 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter here in the middle on the 2 and a quarter, quarter in the middle on the 2 and a quarter. Would you go again? Thank you. I'm at 200 in the front row and 2 and a quarter, quarter in the middle on the 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, 2 and a half and now 275, 275. Would you go to 275 on the dove in the window now? $300, 303 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter here in the middle on the 3 and a quarter, quarter. Thank you. I'm at $300.